Hello. Um, I'm wearing my weed sweater today because it's 420. Yeah, happy 420, everyone. Anyway, so this is gonna be on an abduction. How you say it? Abduction, an alien abduction that happened to me probably like 5 years ago. I was living with my ex-boyfriend in Miami. And at the time I was practicing how to astral travel, and I was like meditating every day, and I was lucid dreaming. I was really heavy into lucid dreaming and stuff like that. And I was like really heavy into like astral traveling and everything like that. So like oh, I have two stories. I tell you the one that happened to me in Miami, and then I had another one that happened to me here in Indiana. So yeah, anyway. And one morning I usually like I used to force myself to have an astral travel. Like I would like make it happen. But this morning it happened on its own. And then like I was yeah, it happened on its own. And then it felt like somebody or something was pulling me out of my body. Like it did it by itself. And then the next thing I know is that my room, like I basically went into like this dark portal, and there was like this really long hallway. It was like huge, like a very extremely wide, huge, big hallway of some kind, and it was dark, but there was a very bright light at the end of the hallway. And then I realized at first I was like floating, like my astral body was like floating, laying down on my back on this invisible thing. I didn't see it at first, and then I realized that I was laying on a metal bed, and I was going down this hallway, and then it was very silent, and on the sides of me, like on the sides of the wall, I couldn't move at all. Like I couldn't move my astral body at all. The only thing I could move was in my head. So I was just like looking, like, you know, I looked at the I was slowly moving down the hallway. I looked at my right, and I realized like the walls had like, it looked like hieroglyphics was on the wall. It looked like it, but it wasn't. It looked something like that, mixed with some foreign, strange, tribal looking, I'm just gonna say alien looking letters. But they kept like mixed with like pictures, like hieroglyphic looking pictures, like you would see in like a pyramid. But like it kept changing. Like it'll like keep moving and rearranging itself, and it never like stayed the same. Like it didn't keep a form. Like it just kept changing. And all the walls were like that. Like both sides of the walls were like that. Like they had like words on the side, and I couldn't understand anything it was saying. But these letters were like, or these things that I was seeing was things that I can't even like, I can't even like explain the way it looked or what I was looking at. So eventually I reached into this hall, and then like I was laying in this it seemed like it was in like somebody already, it was like a molding of my own body. I was laying in a molding of my own body next to my ex-boyfriend. He was there on my left side of me, and then I looked out to my right, and I was in the middle of space. Like I was so, but what was weird is that there were no stars. It was just black. And I felt that I was in the middle of, not in the middle, you know, but like just somewhere very, very, very deep in space. I didn't feel Earth anywhere around me. Like, it was pretty scary, to be honest with you, because I was trying to pray to God for whatever this is going on, whatever it was, for him to protect me and for it to stop, whatever it was. And I was laying, this ship that I was in, it had like a, it was all made out of like metallic metal. And then it had like a, like the whole right part of it was open. And then only the bottom and the top part of it was like over me. And then you can, the front, in front of me, the front part of the ship was open too. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the best way I could explain it. It had no walls, except for on the left side it had walls. A metal wall that connect the top and the bottom of the ship together. And while I was praying to God, usually I could feel God, or I could feel who I'm talking to or praying to. I couldn't feel him. Like, there was no energy of God or a God or any positive entities, or there was like nothing. There was not good energy or bad energy. It was like nothing. And it felt like, overall though, it felt scary. And overall, it didn't feel good. Like, it felt, I didn't like it. Like, it was too foreign. Like, it was too, like, I'm not used to not feeling God with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not used to not being able to pray to someone and someone not being able to hear me. Like, it was just weird. And I never felt that. And it was like the loneliest feeling ever. Like, I felt so lonely. And I couldn't ask for help for anybody or anything. I couldn't talk to anyone. I don't even think I could talk anyway. But it felt like, I don't know, it was just crazy. And then what else happened? Alright, this part is very hard to explain, okay? So I'm laying there in the molding of my body next to my ex. And what happened? And like, there was this eye, this metallic, huge robotic looking eye, but it wasn't like robotic, it was like intelligent, like it had life in it, but it looked robotic, and it was made out of metallic. But the thing about the metal is that the metal, like the ceiling on the ship, I can't even describe. It wasn't hieroglyphics, it was just like the metal, I don't know what it was. I just say it's metal because that's the closest thing I can say what it looked like. But it kept like changing, just like how the pictures and the letters that I saw on the wall on the way to the ship or whatever. It kept like moving around and making different shapes and all this weird shit. And it would like form certain pictures, but I wouldn't understand, or my head couldn't grasp what I was looking at. It was so like, what was weird is that the eye, you could see the eye moving inside of the metal in the ceiling, and then it came out, and then it was like a big white eye, a big metallic, God, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't like a white eye, it was like a metallic eye that popped out of the skin of the metal or whatever the fuck. I don't know how to explain it. And then it looked at me like it was scanning me, but it was moving super fast. Like, it did it really quick, like just like did like a scan over my body, and then it looked at me, and then it like squirted this what do you call it? It wasn't warm, but it wasn't cold. It was just like, I don't know. this like gray this gray liquid all over my body, like, and it covered my face first, and then I could feel it covering all over my body and the rest of my body. And then I can't remember anything that happened after that. It wasn't painful or nothing. They didn't say anything to me. I woke up back in my body in my bed, shocked. That's the first time that I remember that I was abducted. I mean, I'm pretty sure it happened a few times before. If they have a molding on my body, I'm pretty sure I've been there before. But the second time I'll talk about in my next video. Bye for now.